I felt improvement. I felt success in my relationships, in my relationship with the day, with my career, by following that, by treating others how I wanted to be treated, the golden rule. So I take the practical stuff myself, and try to utilize it and pick out what can work for me.
When you say you don't know what to do with the burning bush, like what do you mean by that?
I don't know what to do on a daily basis with the teaching of, and then he showed up as a burning bush, or the magic tricks, and I don't know what to do with, and Jesus healed everyone and he couldn't walk, and now he touched him and he can walk. I don't know what to do with that. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to take that into my life and go, oh, there's something useful and practical and healthy for you, Matthew, that you can practice there. So the magic. That leans in towards, what we would call now more fantasy. I don't know what to do with that. There's philosophies, there's proverbs, and there's teachings that I think are very valid and very helpful, that we could all be reminded of, that are in the Bible, that I do find quite useful.
Yeah, I think it's almost impossible to figure out what they were trying to say with a lot of the things. That's why it's open to interpretation, but also open to manipulation, and that's where people have a real problem with it, when it's used to separate people, to exclude people, to marginalize people, to judge people. But it's hard for people that understand that those aspects and that those things happen to actually parse out that there's good about it too, and that Sure. There's a lot of really valuable lessons in these books.
100%. Look, I get it. I mean, it's like what do our fathers teach us? Is your father still alive?
Well, I don't really know him. I have a complicated family history.
Okay. Well, fathers are father figures.
I have a stepfather. He's still alive, and I'm close to him.
Well, your stepfather, when he goes, you'll find out some things where the messenger and the message weren't exactly in simpatico.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Does
that mean that you throw the messenger out? Because you're like, oh, bullshit, you weren't following all that stuff. No, you take the message, the stuff that you can, that could work for you, that maybe they wanted it for you, they couldn't follow through on it themselves. There's certain parts of the Bible that have that too. You don't throw out the whole. I don't think it makes any sense to throw out the whole book. It's what we're doing in society now. I mean, we're making people persona non grata. Because of something they do, or and that is right now deemed wrong, or it's the hot point and a hot topic right now. You can't erase someone's entire existence. Where the heck does some forgiveness go? And again, that, like optimism, it's not erasing the crisis. It's not saying there wasn't a problem first. It's not saying that there's parts of the Bible that people have bastardized and used in the wrong way. But you don't throw the whole book out and say, well, it's all bad then. It's all used, because it's false.
Have you encountered difficulty expressing this in Hollywood? Hollywood is predominantly left-wing and very secular or Jewish in some circles, but it's not like a place where Christian fundamental values are espoused openly. A lot of Jewish folks are in Hollywood, and that seems to be okay with a lot of people. But some other religions, particularly if you're a fundamentalist Christian or if you have Christian values, a lot of people frown upon that. Why do you think that is? And have you had difficulties with that?
I don't know. I haven't had difficulties. I have had, and I won't throw any people under the bus, but I have had moments where I was on stage receiving an award in front of my peers in Hollywood. And there were people in the crowd that I have prayed with before dinners many times. And when I thank God, I saw some of those people go to clap, but then notice that, whoa, this could be a bad thing on my resume, and then sit back on their hands.
Oh, wow.
And I've seen people read the room and go, whoa, that wouldn't bode well for me in the future. If for getting a job or getting votes or what have you. Yeah. I have seen that. I've witnessed that. I don't judge them for it. I just wish, that it seems like a silly argument. one of the things that our people, some people in our industry, not all of them, but there's some that go to the left so far, as our friend Jordan Peterson, who's back, saw his video being back, that go to the illiberal left side so far that is so condescending and patronizing to 50% of the world that need the empathy that the liberal side gives and should give. To throw somebody's, illegitimize them because they say they are a believer, it's just so arrogant.